Good job, little brother. High five.
No.
All right. Good job.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to The Sanctuary. The DCEU, after 10 long and sometimes grueling years, has finally come to a close. There were some good parts, but mostly bad parts. I'm not going to put it towards a certain director or a certain project that triggered the whole DC downfall. Instead, I'm going to do what I do best and talk movie. And this week, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. You could tell that Jason Momoa loves playing the character of Aquaman. I mean, he even puts parts of his real self into that character, into that role. Every time you see him on screen, it looks like he's having a good time. Even if he were to continue being the Aquaman of the new DC universe, I wouldn't be mad. But if he's something else that maybe suits him even more, I wouldn't be mad either. Amber Heard is in this movie. Anyway, as soon as her scenes come on, you're like, ugh, can you get off the screen? But then she's gone and you're back into the story and you're like, whew, I'm glad that's over and done with. My child fell and I didn't even notice. Deadbeat dad. Half of this is off. Technical difficulties. We fixed our lighting issue too. This film is very family oriented, and I mean, you can feel it throughout the film, and not just with Arthur and his dad, but Arthur and his mother, Arthur and his brother, Arthur and his new family. You feel all of that. Now, if you're worried that you didn't see the first one, you're going to be confused on the second one, they kind of do a recap. Black Manta is actually my next point, because as much as I loved the revenge and the rage that his character brought with that power in this one, I couldn't help but feel like he was a very hollow shell. Like, I wanted to actually dive into how he felt, all the grief and the pain of the loss of his father. It's like the moment he touched the scepter, he was brainwashed. Wait, where have I seen that? I like the fact of global warming being in this film, kind of bringing reality to the superhero part of the world. I remember saying it to my friend when we saw the first Aquaman movie, but now seeing the second Aquaman movie, there's still the Black Panther vibes here. A hidden civilization now deciding to reveal themselves to the rest of the world. There could be consequences. There's consequences if we don't. Make up your mind. Circling back to family, I like how there's more interaction between Arthur and his father on this one. Arthur's a father now, and he's looking to his own father for that very advice. Like, how did you put up with me? How did you do all this by yourself? Randall Park. I always forgot that he was in the first movie, and that the fact that he came into this sequel, I was like, what are you doing here? All I gotta say is it was astounding to see him. The second act drops a little bit because I noticed that when it came to the transitions to different locations, they got kind of lazy with the titles. If you're gonna be lazy, either do it right or not at all. Some of the comedy is tacky, doesn't land well. Some of them are just obviously bad. The enemies are here. Keep your eyes open. Like, that'll be hard. My eyes can't close. I want to talk about the biggest part of this movie, and that's Arthur and Orm, aka Aquaman versus Ocean Master. I like the fact that they're starting to realize that they're brothers, despite their past, even clashing, that they can still find a common ground to work beside each other, to work together. Orm's redemption in this film is done pretty well throughout, slowly earning back the trust of the people of Atlantis that he betrayed. The final battle with Aquaman versus Black Manta was great, and probably one of the highlights of the film. Though it did feel a little cut short, just to kind of hurry up and wrap things up. But I mean, hey, it led to a big payoff. Everybody wins. It's a sweet, happy ending. Bye-bye, DCEU. Just like that, as some words start a cinematic universe, almost the same words end a cinematic universe. Coincidence? I think not. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not amazing, but I'll say this. If you liked the first one, which I did, you'll like the second one, which I did. Am I going to remember this film? It's already gone. I think the tacky humor and the switching of multiple genres throughout kind of made me feel like it was a early 2000s Disney movie. But I mean, Yahya Abdul-Mateen does a stellar job as Black Manta. Jason Momoa obviously does great as Aquaman. Patrick Wilson came in with a new level of depth to the Ocean Master and just did amazing. And lastly, shout out to Randall Park, because I always forgot he was in the movie. And then I got so glad to see him again. So, remember, this is coming back because you know what time it is. It's time for our rating. You know, we just do a swiggle here, wiggle there, a squiggly doodah over here. And guess what? we are left with 3 stars. It's mid. Bad mid? No. Okay mid? All right. Those are my thoughts on Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. Let me know if you're going to see it, or if you did see it, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like. It is always so much appreciated here in the Sanctuary. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. And next to that is a notification bell for every week the Silver Boy pops up in your feed. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.